Hey, it's cold here. I'm not wearing my usual beanie, so my ears are a bit cold. It's the backyard. It's kind of a clear, fairly mild day today, so I thought I'd give you a little bit more view of the backyard and the surrounding neighbourhood from the ground. So these houses over the back, they're really nice. They're really old timber houses that somehow made it through the riots and then every other crazy period that this city's gone through. Still standing and being brought back up to speed, and they're quite lovely. It's a really good sign that people are, committed, invested in their neighbourhood, that they'll do that. At least, even if they're rentals, they're, there's value popping up everywhere. Backyard, the tabula rasa. We'll make that good sometime. Little yappy dog, cute. Got to clear this rubbish away. We've got a bit of an encampment next door. Not sure if it's being used at all. It's just like piles of clothes and stuff. Probably take care of that when I get my next skip, or dumpster as they call them over here. This is the house next door. Probably ready to be torn down sometime, which could be good. Could be another empty lot next door. Side of the house, bed frame didn't fit in the dumpster. That's the white leather sofa from upstairs that got sent out of that window. Quite fun. These are the old gas meters here. We'll just be putting one of those in. We don't need two. The plan with the duplex is to just run single source inputs, like for everything. So a single power board, or a single power input, single gas, single water, and then just sub-meter everything, and then just divvy up the bills that way to whoever's renting it or whatever's going on with it. So now I've walked over to the rear of this house, and there's this crazy tree that has just like gone nuts, and it's like rooting this house hardcore. Like, look at that. It's like boom. Yeah. So that tree, like this, the blight here is so advanced and so old that there are literally like tree weeds, like trees, enormous trees that have taken decades and decades to get the size they are, growing up through the middle of buildings and stuff. It's nuts. It's got this kind of, oh man. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. So that's the house next door. Just wandered down to the street. There's some neighbours I haven't spoken to yet. There's a dude who lives a few blocks over, lived in an RV. I haven't made his acquaintance yet. Apparently he's a nice fella. He used to live in a house on this street with his family ages and ages ago. It was in the family for a long time. And then, yeah, they lost it to this city's awful property tax laws. It's pretty grim, really. Here we are out the front. Yeah, it's good. So that's Shirley's house. Can't remember that dude's name. It's a nice old fella. Now we're around the other side, the other empty lot. So it goes from kind of my van to about where that pole is, I reckon. So that one on that side and that one, be a juicy little score. Triple my land holding for the princely sum of $200. That'll be good. Talked about that before. But yeah, got to get this place up to speed ASAP so that I can qualify to snap those up. Okay, I know there's been a lot of jacking content recently. Oh yeah, very funny. I don't know, it's all that's been going on. It's really exciting to me. I'm sure it excites maybe one or two of you, so I'll keep doing it, but feel free to, I don't know, whatever. It's not all going to be jacking content forever, but while we're at this stage of things, that's what's going on. So just a quick update with some decent lighting conditions. This setup, look, you can see the evolution. It's quite interesting. The first one I did, this one, beauty, pretty good. That is going great guns. Now it turns nice and easily, and it's only holding up from the wall to the nearest steel column, this one. As soon as I put these steel columns in, this one became easier to turn, so it's not holding up as much weight. Then after that one, I did that one there. And I propped that up with the... No, I did that one there? Yeah. Did that one there. And it's quite hard to turn. It's holding up all the way from that steel column all the way through to this one, which is a pretty big span. So what I'm going to do is kind of flank it with two of these steely boys, just to share the load. So we started off with that one down the end, then we did that one, then we did these ones. And really, if I was going to do it all again, I'd do them all exactly like this. Here we have a lovely big crib footing, spreading everything real nice. This one's as wide as it is because there's a hole underneath it, and I needed to like straddle the hole in the concrete. But even if there wasn't a hole, this would just be probably best practice, really. And then jack post on either side. So I give the jack a good crank, and then I crank up the jack posts till they're tough, and then the three are kind of like holding everything. And if one of those things fails, there's redundancy there, and it also just gives me so much more lifting power, so much more peace of mind. Whereas with this single post just sitting on the old footing, not happy with it. So I'm going to get another jack post either side of this one, either side, unload it, and then rebuild and put a proper crib footing in, and then bring the jack up in between the two jack posts. And then these two here, I'm going to leave them there, and I'm going to get another screw jack to put in that spot, and then we'll be good. And then I'll have to do the same again for Rusty, as we affectionately know him. That column there. Lucy had to go. She wasn't doing any work. So speaking of not doing any work, the jacking's going well. You can tell because these existing columns, this one here that was taking all of that load with all the big cracks in it, is now loose. We have unloaded it, so that can come out. I'm just going to order some screw jacks, and as soon as they arrive, this will come out, and then I'll do that thing there. And then Rusty. It's also time for Rusty to go. Yeah, he's done a good job in his life. Really has. Should be proud. But yeah, it's time for some new columns. Time to make way for the new blood, Rusty. All right, that's it for the jacks for now. Not sure what else to really talk about. I mean, there's a ton of trash down here. Still a bunch of stuff. Fraction of what there used to be. It's just the bulky weird stuff, like these enormous balls of carpet. There's nothing more awkward than just a giant wadded up ball of like 50-year-old carpet. It's the worst. It's like leather. And this giant wood thing, I have no idea what it is. It's like a gate or something. It weighs an absolute ton. It's fucking crazy. Sorry. It's crazy. So, yeah, it's going well. Let's have a little wander up the stairs. I'll give you a fronty. Here you go. This is what it's like walking up the stairs. So we walk up the stairs. They could do with a bit of a sweep, I know. I wasn't expecting company, so sorry. Here, upstairs, everything's still secure. Plastic sheets still good. Yeah, everything still looks pretty wonky. Check back in 2 or 3 months, I guess, regarding the wonkiness, because I'm playing the long game here. Plastic's still good. We haven't had any more storms since it blew in last time. Yeah. So let's go down the stairs. Front door's still secure. Here's my van. Yeah, this stairway's going to be cool eventually. There's like real opportunity here for a big artwork or series of things, or just to treat this kind of stair void in an interesting fashion. Through that wall there is the closet for that funny little bedroom off the living room. So I don't know what we can do with that. Might expand it. Someone's Sophie, shout out Sophie, Davey and Sophie. Sophie suggested maybe a little bar in that closet, which would be cool. If I expanded it, that would give me more room. Quite like that idea. Hide the booze, keep it all in one safe spot. So now we're up in the attic. Another look at the attic. It's cool. I like it. It's got all this insulation on the ground, which is... I've got new boots as well. Check out these boots actually. I'll get to the insulation in a second. I just want to show you these new boots. DeWalt boots. Super comfy, really rugged. Great work boots, and they make me feel like a pro, so that's cool. Yeah, this insulation, this blow-in cellulose insulation, it's basically recycled paper. It's gross, but you can see what the floors are like underneath it, like they're just these crude timber floors, but I reckon they'll finish up quite nicely. Rock solid. Really cool. So I'm going to get all of this insulation off the floor, and instead I'm going to insulate all underneath the roof sheathing, allowing channels for ventilation and stuff, of course, because these roof vents still need to do their job of like ventilating the warm, damp air out of the attic and into the atmosphere. Otherwise you get a build up, because it's the highest point in the house, all of the hot, moist air collects in here and you can get mold problems. That, and if your roof sheathing heats up too much, you end up with like a layer of melted snow underneath all of the snow, and it collects down in the gutters, and you end up with these massive ice dams which can like build up and build up and build up until you've got ice creeping its way under your shingles and under whatever roof material you have, and then you've got water getting in that way. So been learning a lot about ventilated roof spaces. It's been great. I mean, this whole exercise has been just spectacular value in terms of what I've had to learn and what I've been researching in very real kind of terms. It's just so applicable. When I do step back into professional life, the old architectural game, I'm just going to be so much better informed. I mean, just heard a funny noise. I wonder if there's birdies up here. There's some bird nests. Let's have a look. Yeah, there's bird. You can see that the birdies have been hanging out, but I don't see any at the moment because there's open window here. Woo! Open window. But yeah, just this whole like project. It's been fantastic for what I've been learning. So yeah, it'll I don't know. It's just incredible value all around. I'm a homeowner. I'm learning a shitload, and once this thing's done, I'll know every piece of it from the basement to the top of the roof, and it's quite exciting. I mean, you know, It's gonna be a lot of heartache and patience and tough times ahead, I'm sure, but nothing good, nothing truly good comes too easy, you know, so we'll rock and roll. It'll be Death Cat. Shout out Nick. Alright, so yeah, here in the living room. Ceiling, not bad. But probably crack it out, get some hydronic heating in there for upstairs. Floor down here. Should finish up alright. Get a sander on there, maybe sand a big... So my approach once I get to the floors, which are a long way off, that'll be one of the last things I do, will be to find some of the worst spots and just see how well I can sand them back. And then if they come up good, then it's all guns blazing, do the rest. But if they don't, then I'm just gonna have to like spot fix and walk around and figure out which areas need replacing and all that stuff. Yeah, that's it. Cheers, y'all. Greetings from the past. Ooh.